item number 31. Mr. City Manager.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Item number 31 is to consider taking an action pursuant to Election Code Section 9215 for Fireworks Initiative Ordinance for the City Council, following the City Clerk elections officials certification that the initiative petition has secured the required number of valid signatures, and action must now be taken as mandated by state law. Under Elections Code 9215, the mayor and council have a mandatory duty um, to select one of the following three options that are listed, which is one is to adopt the ordinance. The mayor and council may adopt the initiative ordinance without alternation at tonight's regular scheduled meeting at which the certificate was presented or within 10 days thereafter. Second option is to order an election. The mayor and council may order the initiative ordinance to be submitted to the voters at a regular election on June 2nd, 2026, or at a special election. And then final third option is to order a report. The mayor and council may, as a preliminary step, order a report on the effects/impacts of the initiative measure pursuant to Elections Code Section 9212. This report, which can cover the measure's fiscal impact, effect on the general plan, and impact on housing or infrastructure, among other things, provides an opportunity for due diligence. This item is before the council to decide which action to take from among the options that we just stated. Madam Mayor.
Thank you. You up to speak? Dr. Hilton.
Um, First of all, I want to commend the residents for voicing their concerns for saying put it on the ballot. I had stressed to, if you want it, put it on the ballot. They did do that. Here's my concern to get it on the ballot. What will be the financial implications of that? How many signatures? I have a few questions. How many signatures qualified for that? Would June consider be a special election? Should it go in June or should it go in November? If it goes in June and it passes, will it be certified in time for July for people to do safe and sane fireworks? I think the people overwhelmingly spoke that they knew the difference between safe and sane. I was here this 4th of July, and it was still the same. So the people were still doing the illegals. So I have those are my questions. Will it be on the June ballot? How much would the cost be if it's on the June ballot, or should it be on the November ballot? Or
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
permission to speak
Yes.
and respond to Dr. Hilton. So, good evening, Madam Mayor, council members. I will try to answer all of those questions, maybe not in the order that they were presented, but there were a total of 9,495 signatures signed by or submitted to the office of the city clerk. The city clerk's office collaborated with Los Angeles County Registrar Recording Office, where they reviewed all 9,495 signatures. The total number of signatures that were required, which is a 10% of the registered voter count for the City of Carson registered voters, is 6,405. I do want to note that that number is always changing because people register to vote on a daily basis. So that number is based on the number that was submitted to the Secretary of State at the last request from the Secretary of State to submit registered voter, which was in February of this year. So that number was 6,405, which means that was the number of registered signatures they would have needed, 6,405. 9,495 were submitted, and 7,200 were considered sufficient through their report. And that's in the staff report as well, the certificate of sufficiency.
7,000 what?
7,200
We're good.
were good. So the number of signatures that were not sufficient, just so you know, was 2,295. But 7,200 of the 9,495 were good. So that is what's considered sufficient by Los Angeles County. The next regularly scheduled election that the city of Carson is already scheduled with the city, with the county, is November 2026. I did speak with LA County, and we could participate in the June election. However, because there are no seats, no council seats, not my seat, not the treasurer seat, or anything like that, it is considered, it could be considered a special election because it's not what we regularly participate in. Our, our assistant city attorney did include that the next regularly scheduled election that's already going to be widely consolidated is in June. The next one after that would be November.
November 2026.
Correct. Versus June 2026.
Okay.
Dr. Hilton, I think you had a question about cost.
Because I remember the last special election we did cost us a lot of money.
It did. The last special election that we did in 2021 did cost the city a substantial amount. And that was an odd year. Yes, it was $2.1 million. Yes, the 2021 special election, which we are still paying for. Just
I know.
It's standalone, that's why.
that exactly. It was a standalone special election in an odd number year without a lot of cities consolidating in it. I think there were only 5 or 7 cities that did it. An estimated, and this is a rough estimate that we did today, if we were to do it in June, would be $372,438.79. That's a rough estimate. Again, that's always changing because it goes based on households and numbers of registered voters. So that would be based on one measure, which would be this potential item.
But what I want to point out, even when we spend that $372,000 or just cap it off at $400, the election won't be certified by Independence Day.
That's correct. That was going to be the next answer to your question.
So
When would it be done?
It will be for naught. Basically, it will be. It won't satisfy. It won't satisfy the people who want it on the ballot because it won't be satisfied. So it won't make anybody happy.
That's yes.
That's
To
what
answer
I'm
your
saying.
question, that election would be June 2nd, 2026. It takes 30 days to certify an election, and then even with the sales of when fireworks would take place, none of that would impact 4th of July 2026. Which means that the current ordinance that was approved in May would still be in place 4th of July 2026.
Any other questions?
My question is complete. I'll wait on the rest of the deliberation.
Yeah, historically, it took 21 days to certify an election. That was the average, because that was a period of time from the year 2000 to the year 2010, 2015.
Let me tell her.
Maybe those 15-year period, it took 21 days to certify, but maybe it's 30 now. Maybe additional steps, or maybe the county is not as fast as they were because they have more to do. I'm not sure. But if it took 21 days, then if it were to pass, that's a big if, then that would give the nonprofits time to set up and sell. But if you think it's 30 days, then they would not have time.
Yes, Madam Mayor. I would like to introduce Jessica Santiago of my office. Jessica, do you want to come up and talk about the resolution to call the election? I think the mayor and council are skipping right over to understanding how you call the election.
Good evening, Mayor and distinguished City Council members. The City Council has 3 action items, and the one related to the election, we have prepared 3 resolutions should the City Council decide to submit this to a general election on June 2nd, 2026. The first resolution calls for a general election on the initiative ordinance and requests that the county consolidate the election with the statewide general election. This resolution also includes the ballot question, and that will be presented to the voters. The second resolution concerns the written arguments, both in favor and against, about the initiative measure, as well as directing the city attorney to prepare an impartial analysis of the initiative measure. The state law allows for the person who prepared the initiative to submit an argument in favor of the ordinance, and it also allows the city council to submit an argument against the ordinance. The third resolution, which is optional should the city council decide to make a motion to approve it, provides for the filing of rebuttal arguments. And these will be drafted by the opposing authors of the arguments. Those are the three resolutions we have prepared for tonight.
Well, Madam Mayor, I think because the people have spoken, I want to make a motion that we just withdraw the ban and allow fireworks to proceed.
Second.
I have to take a minute to look at the staff report, Councilman, and make sure that that would be properly agendized. You certainly could make a motion to say, we want staff to bring back an ordinance, amending the ordinance that put in place the ban. You can't withdraw or amend an ordinance by minute order. It has to be by ordinance. So if the council were to go that direction, that's fine. You can say we don't want to we don't want to send it to a election and we want to withdraw the ban. You absolutely can do that, but you have to direct staff to bring back an ordinance to undo that ordinance.
So I guess I'd like to amend my motion and have the staff direct the staff
To bring back
an ordinance. Jim, could you amend that?
I will concur with that. Yes.
There's a
Just a-
motion. Yes.
Point of clarification.
Yes.
Never mind, Madam Mayor.
Never mind, Madam Mayor. Where are we? On this?
Are we under discussion?
There's a motion
motion on the
by
floor.
Councilman Hilton, seconded by Councilman Deere, that directs staff not to do anything and to basically bring back an ordinance that would undo the ordinance that banned the fireworks. So you would go back to the way it used to be.
I have a substitute motion. And then substitute motion that we go with item number 2, to have a resolution that you have in place and that we take it to the voters. What do you want me to say?
And you're talking about a general election.
A
The
general election.
3 resolutions cited by Jessica that would call a general election.
In 2024, 2026, November election.
June 2nd to 2026.
June, and I said November.
June 2nd. That's a general election too.
I know, I want November.
And unfortunately, due to state law, it's required to be at the next general election. And because of the timing right now, the next one is June. We wouldn't be able to push it to the November one.
But Mayor, even if it goes to June, as Dr. Bradshaw explained, it
There's
won't
not
be
enough time.
certified for
Yeah.
another 30 days.
Well, that's my motion, and that's a substitute motion.
Even though it's general, I'm just trying to get clarification. Even though it's general for the state, it's considered special for Carson. We didn't want to incur the special election costs. That's what
I don't know anything about the cost. Dr. Bradshaw, does the city incur extra costs, even though it's a general? I don't know.
She just said that.
Yes. So according to Los Angeles County, and I spoke with them before the meeting, because Carson does not typically participate in a June election, it would be considered a special election. So the fewer cities that consolidate on an election, the more the cost is, i.e. what happened in 2021.
We'll incur the costs. I think the people should decide, and 6,000 people does not represent the number of voters that's here in the city of Carson. For this election to pass either way, it's going to require 51% of the votes. And last count, there was quite a few people, am I not correct? 51% up or down that you must secure to either defeat it or to it passes. It's 51%, not 10%. So if we need to incur the cost, I want to put this to bed.
Madam Mayor,
We've been saying let the voters decide. We're going to let them decide. Not
Just-
9,000.
just for clarification for that motion, through the city attorney, the item was item number 2 resolution or item number 3 resolution?
2.
Which one was it?
2.
2.
Item number two. Number two.
Number two?
The option.
Oh, sorry,
Option.
option
Okay,
number two.
not
Option
item,
two.
but
Order and
option.
election.
Option number two.
I second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any more discussion?
Yes.
Yes, Councilman Deere.
Thank you. The city clerk, could you reiterate the cost estimate? I know you can't be precise because we don't know how much it's going to cost exactly, but approximately, based on your experience and past elections, what is it going to cost the Carson taxpayers to have a special election?
The estimation as of today, when we ran it, was $372,438.79.
Oh, that's very precise. Very good.
The county
Okay.
has a good estimator.
Right. All right. So 372, a little over $372,000.
Not 2 million.
I see.
Yeah,
I see. Okay. That answers my question. Thank you.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
Just for clarification, based upon what it states in the statute, we could not go to November. This is the only requirement. Because of that, we have to go in June.
Correct. The state law and the city's charter states that the next general election would be the June 2nd.
General election for
General election. And the only options for tonight is to submit it to, well, if choosing an election, the options are a general or a special election. A special election could take place sooner, had to be between 88 and 103 days. But choosing the general election option, it would be the June 2nd, 2026.
So they're saying a general election for the city of Carson, or general election for the county or the state, because it's not our general election.
The state law kind of condenses it to be considered as the same thing. So based on state law, general election is still
that's
considered in
MPD.
June.
That's a new law.
Yeah.
Just went into effect the last few years.
Yeah, because that was something. Okay, because I know that our election is in November, which would not cost us any additional money if it was in November versus the June date.
The problem is that the state law says the first general election available. So the first general election is going to be the June election.
Okay.
It doesn't say the first general election that the city participates in.
Okay.
Period. Okay, there's a substitute motion on the floor.
Okay, Madam Mayor, the first motion, we haven't voted on that one.
You don't. You have a substitute.
So we're going to
on
vote on the
s-
substitute motion first.
If it passes, you have no reason to vote on the main motion.
The substitute motion was made by
Number
you.
2, and
Yeah.
bring back a resolution, and that the residents will go to a poll, and it's going to cost us.
Which was recommendation number 3. No, it's
No.
not 2, it's 3, right?
No, it's not.
Order report on the effects of the proposed initiative is
That's
number
why I
2.
asked that question.
That's not what they're asking for. They want to,
We want to go to an election.
okay, number 2, that's right.
Number 2.
It's number 2, just we're no longer ordering a report
Yes.
on the initiatives, just calling the election
already
and
told us what
a
it
motion
costs.
to approve the 3 resolutions.
It's out. Number 2, bring back the resolution at the next meeting. We'll have an election. That's all the, what?
You have all the resolutions before you.
You
You
voted
don't have to
tonight.
bring
You don't have to
anything
vote.
back. So you
Let's
can
vote on it.
adopt the resolutions
Adopt the
tonight.
and adopt the resolution.
Okay, so the motion was made by the mayor. The second?
By Cedric Hicks.
MPT.
MPT, let's cast your votes. Number 2,
Motion carries.
thank you.
We're putting it to the people.
That's what they wanted. That's what they got.
I always said it was supposed to go to the people. I was just trying to see if we could save some
Just
money.
wanted to see what.
Well, sometimes you got to pay for what you want.
Yeah, I was just trying to
You
see if
gotta
we
pay
could
for
save
what
some
you
money.
want.
Worth having is worth giving.
I was just trying to see if we could save
Very
some money.
frugal.
It's 51% of 54,000.
I was just
Actually,
trying to
it's
see if we could save
50%
some
plus
money. I
one
was
vote.
trying to see if we
Plus
can get
one
an extra
vote.
street
Not
paved or
50%.
something like that, you know. That's all I was trying to see.
Well,
You
I
want a
just
good
need
meal,
you
you gotta
to
pay
give me
for
some
it.
more tax money. Okay.